Hello, beautiful lady. Yes, I am talking to you. It is Thursday, and you know what goes down here on Thursday. Wife Life with Dr. Gail goes down here on Thursday. So do me a huge, huge favor. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you'll know when I go live.
We're bringing sexy back. We're bringing sexy back.
Let's get it started. Harder, won't you give it up?
And so tonight, I want to talk to you about 7 ways that your husband shows that he loves you without even ever saying the words. Now, I know you're like, Dr. Gail, I need to hear those words. And like you, I was a woman that needed for Gail to tell me that he loved me. I wanted to hear those words. I wanted to hear those words, and I wanted to hear those words. And we got in a lot of arguments because I'm like, I always tell you that I love you, but you never say it back. And his thing to me was, gee, those are just words. I show you every single day, right? Which he was right. And I'm not saying that your spouse should not tell you that he loves you. I'm not saying that you don't need to hear those words. But to me, now that I have matured and now that Gil and I have been together for 35 years, woo, 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 right? I have realized that his actions speak louder than his words. So I want to give you 7 ways that men express their love without even saying the words. Okay. Number 1, he does acts of service for you, right? He helps you with the children, he helps you clean up. He makes sure that your car has gas and that your car maintenance is up to date. He just does those things that we take for granted, that some other women wish that their husbands did for them. So he makes sure that he participates in the day to day things that we take for granted. So that's number 1. Number 2, he wants to spend quality time with you, right? And if you're anything like me, I absolutely love to be out in the streets. I love to be shopping. I love to go to events. I love to travel. I love to be with my girlfriends. I just love to go, right? And Gil is the stay at home, laid back kind of guy, right? And so I had to find that balance because he wants to spend quality time with me, even though we have an amazing date every single Friday. That's not negotiable unless, we're sick or, something else is going on in our family. But for the most time, we spend quality time on Friday. But sometimes they just want you to curl up on the couch and watch a movie, watch a game, or do something. So he wants to spend time with you because, again, we take that for granted as wives because a lot of times I deal with husbands that are never at home. They're always running the streets. They're always giving their time and their service to someone else and not to their spouse. So don't take that for granted, okay? So that's number 2. He wants to spend quality time with you. Number 3, he tells you how beautiful you are, how sexy you are, how much he desires you as a woman, right? Those words as a woman, because I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how famous you are. And I get the opportunity to deal with some amazing, famous people. And let me just tell you, as a woman, we all have suffered of some form of low self esteem. So if your spouse still compliments you and tell you how beautiful you are and tell you that you're the apple of his eye, embrace that. Embrace that, love on that, and make sure that you take that in and not take it for granted. Because I'm telling you, there's women, beautiful, famous women that are struggling with that situation not happening in their own house. Okay. Number 4, he brings you small gifts, thoughtful. He's thoughtful towards you, right? And a lot of people think that it has to be something big or grand for you to even notice. My husband leaves me uh M&Ms. I love M&Ms with peanuts. Just to let you know, that is one of my downfalls, right? And he will leave me M&Ms sometimes in my car, on my pillow, just depending, in my office, wherever I am, and just says that I'm nuts about you. To me, that is amazing compared to buying me something really expensive. Not that I don't like nice gifts, but it's just enough that he thought enough to stop by, Walmart, wherever, and just get me some candy because he was thinking about me, right? Or he'll, bring me one rose and just say, I'm going to love you till the day that I die. Or just something that is so simple, but it keeps me excited. It keeps me knowing that he loves me. Gil is a man of few words. And again, I love to hear the words "I love you," but his life and the way he treats me every single day speaks volumes. And so if your husband or is doing or saying any of these things that I'm talking about, embrace that, okay? Number 5, he often wants to hold your hand. He wants to hug on you. He wants to pat you on your butt. He shows that he loves you just by his physical touch of you, right? Not always sex, just wanting to be near you, just wanting to be in your presence shows that he loves you. And number 6, he admits when he's wrong. So many women take that for granted, because it takes a strong man, a self aware man, to apologize when he's wrong or to apologize when he has hurt you. Okay. So don't take it for granted and don't say, well, I knew that you was wrong. Embrace that, because he is showing that he cares about your feelings, and he cares about that when he's wrong, that he can be vulnerable enough to say, I'm sorry, and you not take it to a whole nother level. And number 7, he shows his love by his actions, by going to work, by taking care of you, by being a provider, by covering you with his love and his prayers, by making sure that you and your family are okay. He needs to know that you appreciate that, because just because he doesn't speak those words, his actions should be enough for you. And I'm not saying for the men who watch this video that you should never say that you love your spouse. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we as women need to learn to appreciate what your actions are saying to us on a daily basis, right? Because I know there's some husbands that just blurt out, I love you, I love you, I love you, and there's no action behind it, right? I would rather have a man that has very few words, but his actions daily towards me and my family speak volumes, okay? And so I hope that you can embrace what I have said about ways that men show that they love you without saying the words. I love you guys to pieces. I am here every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you next week.